Keeping with the Stromer, kind of the Stromer product history is just the design of the frame. Again, this similar to the ST1, the bikes are built from the ground up to be electric. Making them an electric bike is not an afterthought. Strapping a motor and a battery onto the back is nothing that we've ever done. So really, again, the bike is fully integrated. The propulsion system, along with the actual mechanical workings of the bike. As far as the battery goes, this is one of the bigger batteries on the market, if not the biggest. It's a 48 volt, 17.5 amp hour battery, lithium ion. From a range standpoint, we say it's up to 100 miles per charge. That's based on a few things, like with the ST1, riding modes, terrain, rider weight, but the range is significant on this bike. Takes about 4.5 hours to charge fully. Again, you can charge it onboard or offboard, just like the ST1, and it does have the full battery management system inside of the battery, the BMS system. Keeping on the propulsion system, this is our new Sino drive motor. Similar to the older motors that we were using, however, it's a little smaller, you'll notice. It's a little more integrated, and it produces about we say around 20% more torque than the ST1 motor. And I don't know if all of you have ridden this bike yet, but you can definitely feel the difference in torque. It's significant. Then we get into some of the more technical features of the bike. Unlike the ST1, which has the kind of the onboard offboard display that's on the handlebar, the ST2 display is integrated into the frame. It's a full LCD system. We call it the Omni system. It's a full cycle computer, does everything your cycle computer would do, plus a lot more. So a couple of the things that it does, one from an adjustability standpoint, you're able to adjust the torque sensor quite easily, whereas on the ST1 it was a little more difficult. All those adjustments are made at the touch of the button. You can easily make it more sensitive, less sensitive, and same goes with the regenerative braking. Probably the coolest thing about the bike is the fact that it runs off of a GSM network, a GSM cell network. So more or less, all of the software updates, those are all wireless. So there's no need to ever plug in your ST2 to get software updates. Literally, you'll just turn on the bike. If there's an update available, it'll ask you if you want to download it or upload it. You hit OK, and it starts right there. Furthermore, if the bike is stolen, you're actually able, there's GPS tracking on the bike through your cell phone. So if the bike's stolen, you're able to shut down the bike through your cell phone, which will basically lock up the rear wheel, and then you can track it from the GPS on your phone. And speaking of phones, there's an app for iOS and Android where you can really get dialed into the tuning, and we'll show you guys this through the presentation, but you can really get dialed in from a tuning standpoint. Let's say from rider presets. If you know your ride on Wednesday, if you need a lot of torque, a lot of speed, you can set that right from your phone, push enter, and it'll send it right there, and that becomes your number 2 setting.
Is the GPS from the motor?
No, the GPS is actually the GPS is actually in the system. The GPS is going to be, the mapping is on your cell phone.
But the actual tracking device.
Everything's in your display. So it's very similar to thinking of this as a cell phone. So literally the cell phone towers that run off of a GSM network are linked directly to the bike, and the rider doesn't pay a monthly fee or anything like that. It's included within the cost of the bike.
So do you guys have to pay for that?
We initially had to pay for it, and contractually we worked something